Hello students, welcome you all in my YouTube channel Biology Squared. Myself Dr. Preeti Srivastav, PGT Biology, JNV, Godda. I am also beloved by ma'am of students of JNV Giridi and JNV Hansdia. Dear student, today I will discuss for class 12 chapter 3rd. Third chapter will deal with human reproduction. Human reproduction. It is very important chapter, diagram based chapter and very much interesting also. Dear students, as we all know, human being can be identified as male and female, boy and girl, isn't it? And this phenomenon is treated as sexual dimorphism. Sexually, human being can be divided into two, male and female, boy and girl, and can be easily identified externally also, isn't it? And besides sexual dimorphism, unisexual is the characteristic feature of human being. Okay, so let us discuss one by one. Human reproduction can be dealt separately for male as well as female. Let us see first. First of all, we will see the structure of reproductive system, structure of male reproductive system, structure of female reproductive system, gametogenesis, isn't it? You have seen in earlier chapter, that is sexual reproduction in plants, flowering plants. You have seen there is gametogenesis, formation of pollen grain, formation of ovum, etc. Similarly, in human being also there is formation of gamete. Gametogenesis will occur for male gamete as well as female gamete, separately in male as well as in female. Okay, so let us discuss this chapter separately. Today we will see about the structure of male reproductive system. As well as the process related to the formation of gamete in human being, that is spermatogenesis, as well as the structure of the sperm. Let us see. First of all, we will see the structure of reproductive system of human being. Dear students, you have studied this chapter in class 10th also, and you are very much aware of the structure of male reproductive system, and you all know the position, or first of all let us see a pair of testes. A pair of testes are present as a chief reproductive organ. This is the primary reproductive organ. Okay, and testis is placed extra abdominally. The place, suppose if you see the human being, male human, then you come to know that the testis is placed in the scrotum. It is outside this is treated as scrotum, a pouch-like structure outside the abdomen, and it is associated with the pelvic region, isn't it? And in this scrotum, it is a bag-like structure. In this scrotum, a pair of testes is present. testis is placed extra-abdominal. Why? Can you say? Our body temperature is 37 degree Celsius. Sperms are formed inside the testis, and a sperm cannot tolerate or cannot survive for some period for longer duration at 37 degree Celsius. Therefore, sperms require minimum temperature somehow 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius less than the 37 degrees Celsius, and hence there is place of testis inside the scrotum outside the abdomen. Clear? This is very interesting fact, and questions are also asked related to this, why testis is extra-abdominal in human being. Because sperm cannot survive for longer duration at 37 degree Celsius, and it requires less temperature than the 37 degrees Celsius up to 2 to 2.5 degrees Celsius, and hence it is placed extra abdominally in the scrotum. Okay, now let us see. As I told you, testis is the chief reproductive organ in human male, and it is chief one. There are some accessory glands also. Let us see first. There are accessory ducts and accessory glands. Okay. As you have seen, testis is extra-abdominal, but sperm, suppose testis is in the scrotum and it has to be brought inside the abdomen, isn't it? For further ejaculation or transfer of gamete in the female body. Therefore, the sperms has to be carried inside the abdomen by certain ducts. There are so many accessory ducts which are involved in the transfer of sperms from testis to the tubular structure, and finally a major duct bring all the sperms inside the abdominal cavity. Okay, so you can divide the reproductive system as it is containing the chief reproductive organ as a pair of testis, accessory glands, as well as you may say accessory ducts. Accessory ducts are present. You may write it as retitestis, vasa efferentia, vas deferens, retitestis, vasa efferentia, vas deferens. These all are duct. Okay, and there are some ducts are also involved. You will see it, and finally urethra helps in the, or it is acting as ejaculatory duct. You may also treat it as ejaculatory duct. So these are about the accessory ducts. Now let us see the accessory glands. Besides testis is also a glandular structure. Besides a pair of testis in human being, there are accessory glands. There are a pair of seminal vesicle, a prostate, and a pair of corpus gland. This corpus gland is also treated as bulbourethral gland. So there are 5 glands, a pair of seminal vesicle, a prostate gland and a pair of Corpus gland. These are accessory glands. So let us see first the structure of human reproductive system, male. Okay, let us see. And you may very simply draw this structure also. So let us first draw the lateral view of human male reproductive system. First of all, draw a scrotum-like structure. This is the tubular structure. So please draw along with me also. You can draw it very clearly. Okay. And it is very simple to make. You make it like a structure. A tubular structure, main duct. I will tell you later on also the name of this duct. So please draw. And this duct coil around urinary bladder. Inside the abdomen there is urinary bladder. This main duct coil around this urinary bladder, and a pair of seminal vesicle, a glandular structure open in this duct. Then further it will continue and join to the urinary or opening, or you can say this canal, urethra, by opening inside or into prostate gland. This is prostate gland. It open inside this. Further, this urethra or the tube in which urinary bladder open, that is treated as urethra. This urethra will further join the another accessory gland, and that is known as Corpus gland. And further, this urethra, you can say it as ejaculatory duct also, or urethra itself. It will continue, and it is the final duct which is carrying sperms outside the body. This duct is further covered by the muscular structure. The muscular structure is here, and this muscular structure, this is treated as penis. This is penis, and this is the, you may make the border of the body also. It is also very much important. While making the diagram, you should also make the outline of the body. So this is the scrotum, and like this you may make the outer body. So it is very simple to draw. Okay, make testis and vas deferens. Again it coil around the urinary bladder meeting with seminal vesicle, prostate and Corpus gland. So you may level first, then we will continue. This is testis. This is testis, and it is the outer pouch which is known as a scrotum, a bag-like structure, and this particular part is known as epididymis. This is epididymis, and this tubular main duct is known as vas deferens. I will later on tell you what is retitestis, what is vasa efferentia. Okay, this is vas deferens which join here with a gland and it is seminal vesicle. This is corpus gland and this one is prostate. This is prostate. This is urinary bladder and this is urethra. So this is the structure of male reproductive system. It is the lateral view. This penis is surrounded or guarded by loose folds of skin. There is loose folds of skin and this loose fold of skin is called as foreskin. This is known as foreskin and this part is known as glans penis. This is glans penis. Okay, I think the structure is very much clear to you. Dear students, just you see here, sperm formation takes place inside this testis. I will tell you the structure of testis in detail also. So sperm formation takes place inside this testis and then this sperm is carried in the abdominal cavity through this vas deferens and in the fluid of vas deferens which is carrying sperms, the secretions of this seminal vesicle, prostate, corpus gland meet and then the sperms plus secretions of accessory glands, this is finally termed as semen. It is very important term. What is semen? Semen contains sperms plus secretions of 3 accessory glands. And what does these secretes? Seminal vesicle, corpus gland, prostate gland, these are secreting fructose. Just you remember, this is very important point. Fructose sugar is mixed with the sperm. It is released by the seminal vesicle. Calcium ions are also added as well as certain enzymes are added and finally this corpus gland secrete a clear mucus and all such are mixed with the sperm. These are the secretions: fructose sugar, calcium ion, enzymes as well as mucus. All such secretions, materials, chemicals are added with the sperm and finally it is termed as semen. One very interesting and important thing I want to tell you, dear students. This is the chemical fructose which is known as fruit sugar and nowhere except the semen of human being it is present in the animal kingdom. It is present in the plant kingdom. It is fruit sugar. Okay, but it is present in the semen of human being also. And this is a clue also. Detection of fructose determine the cases of rape, isn't it? And it is the confirmatory test. Presence of fructose in the vagina confirms the cases of rape in the society, isn't it? So always remember, these are the chemicals which are mixed with the sperms. These are secreted by these accessory glands, seminal vesicle, prostate, corpus gland, and then it makes semen. Okay? So this is the structure of human reproductive system of male, isn't it? Let us see somehow detail of this testis. We will see the anatomy of testis. Or before going to tell you about the testis, let us see some detail about the structure of penis also. This is muscular structure and this is supplied with the arteries, and during the coitus it is filled with the blood and it become erected, isn't it? If you will see the section of penis, then you may come to know. If you will see its section, it is made up of 3 muscles, 3 bunch. Like this. And here is the opening of urethra. This is urethra. Okay. And these 2 muscular structure, this is known as Corpus Cavernosum. And this one is called as Corpus Spongiosum. So this is the structure of penis. It is guarded by 3 muscular bundle, Corpus cavernosum and Corpus spongiosum. And this Corpus spongiosum encircle the opening of, or you can say, urethra. Clear? So this is about the structure of penis or glans penis. This is the section of glans penis. Now, let us see the structure of testis in detail. Testis is a glandular structure, and this testis is covered by membrane. It is protected, covered by tunic. You may see the term tunic. Tunic means cover. Tunica albuginea is cover of testis. When you will go in senior classes, then you will come to know there are also various layers of tunic, isn't it? Now, see, this tunica albuginea will further continue and it will divide the testis into various compartments. There may be near about 250 compartments in a testis. So compartments are there, and these compartments can be termed as testicular lobule. These are lobular structure, testicular lobules. And in each lobules, there may be 1, 2 or 3 tubular structure, very coiled and tubular structures are present. And these coiled tubular structures are treated as seminiferous tubules. These are seminiferous tubules, a very important structure, or you may say it is the site for the formation of sperms in testis. So please remember, these are the highly coiled tubular structure present inside the testicular lobules, and these seminiferous tubules, these are present in each compartment, and in these seminiferous tubules sperms are formed. Then it has to be carried out, isn't it? Then just please try to understand various duct system, accessory ducts. I had told you term retitestis. All such seminiferous tubules are connected by tubular structure which is retitestis. Form network-like structure. If you will see a lateral view of testis, then you can say that these seminiferous tubules are connected by the tubular structure or network-like structure which is called as retitestis. And further these retitestis are joined with some of the tubes. These joints with common tubes and which are treated as vasa efferentia. This is retitestis, network-like structure, and it forms vasa efferentia. And then all such vasa efferentia opens in the another tubular structure with it. This vasa efferentia carries sperms from retitestis and pour into this structure which is known as epididymis. And then epididymis send all the sperms in this duct which is known as vas deferens. So this is the duct system in the testis, isn't it? Now, as you know, seminiferous tubules are the very important part in the testis. Let us see the structure of this seminiferous tubules. Suppose this is seminiferous tubules. There are so many seminiferous tubules. And in between seminiferous tubules there will be matrix, the ground material substances like this. These seminiferous tubules are lined by cubical structure, cells, and these cells are germ cells. These cells are treated as germinal epithelial cell. This is germinal epithelial cell. This germinal epithelial cells will undergo meiosis division. Germinal epithelial cells, and in between these germinal epithelial cells there are some larger cells, and these larger cells are known as Sertoli cell. Sertoli cell. Okay. So germinal epithelial cells, Sertoli cell. Germinal epithelial cells, Sertoli cell. Germinal epithelial cells, Sertoli cell. So this like arrangement is present in the seminiferous tubules. So this is the seminiferous tubules. Okay. Now let us see. And in between seminiferous tubules there are some special kinds of cells. These are actually endocrine cells. These are actually known as Leydig cell. Leydig cell, or you may also call it interstitial cell. Dear student, just you recall one hormone secreted by pituitary gland which is known as ICSH. Can you say? Interstitial cell stimulating hormone. These are interstitial cells or Leydig cell. This is very important endocrine part of the testis. Testis is mixed gland. It is secreting enzymes also and it is secreting hormone also. These Leydig cell or interstitial cells will secrete androgens, which is testosterone in human male. Clear? Now you can say very clearly from where testosterone is secreted in human male, isn't it? Now let us see the structure and function of this seminiferous tubules. This is the histology. germinal epithelial cells are present accompanied with the Sertoli cell. Okay. This germinal epithelial cell will undergo gametogenesis. Okay. Though what will happen? First of all, these cells will multiply by the mitosis, will increase the number. I will tell you, suppose this is germinal epithelial cell. It will be 2n diploid. Okay. This is germinal epithelial cell. This will increase in number and form 2n cells by mitosis division. Mitosis. The number of chromosome will remain same to that of the primitive cell. And now these cells can be treated as spermatogonia. Spermatogonial cell. Yeah, you may also tell it as primary spermatocyte. You may give 3 terms. You may call it as primary spermatocyte, spermatogonial cell, which will go to form a sperm, spermatocyte, the cell which will form a sperm, primary spermatocyte, or you may also give a term as meiocyte, the cell which will undergo meiosis division. Now this cell is ready to multiply by meiosis division, having half number of chromosome, or haploid cell will form. So what will happen? First of all, it will undergo first meiosis. First meiosis division will occur and 2 haploid cell will develop. You may call it as secondary spermatocyte. The cells which form by first meiotic division are treated as secondary spermatocyte. Clear? Then it will undergo second meiotic division, which is equational one, and from 1 haploid cell, 2 haploid cell will develop, and these are further known as spermatids. From 1 spermatogonial cell, 4 cell develop. 4 haploid spermatids develop. Then what happened? After the formation of haploid spermatids, there is modification in the shape. The changes are going on, and these spermatids finally it will be equipped with some structure having tail-like structure, and this is treated as spermatozoa, and this spermatozoa, and while the development of this germinal epithelial cell into a spermatozoa, nourishment is provided by this Sertoli cell. I had told you in earlier chapter also, जन्म से पहले भोजन की व्यवस्था हो जाती है. अब यहाँ पे एक क्रिएचर डेवलप कर रहा है, स्पर्म्स will develop, and it is getting nourishment by this Sertoli cell. Sertoli cell is performing 2 functions. One, it is providing nourishment to the developing sperm. This is treated as the formation of a sperm is the final stage of spermatogenesis, and it is called as spermiogenesis. There is a term, spermiogenesis. And after spermiogenesis or formation of a sperm, this will finally get embedded into this Sertoli cell. The sperm will get embedded into Sertoli cell for the shaping. Now the second function of Sertoli cell begins. First is providing nourishment to the developing spermatozoa, and second is the shaping of the sperm. Spermatozoa form, and for the shape it get embedded inside the Sertoli cell. Dear students, just you recall or remember, penguin get its head embedded in the ice in the Antarctica, isn't it? So this happens, and finally after the shaping of a sperm, the sperms are released by this Sertoli cell, and it is treated as spermiation. This is the cavity, lacuna. Spermiation occur, release of sperm occur by the Sertoli cell, and these sperms are taken by the reti testis and powered into the vasa efferentia, from vasa efferentia to the epididymis, and from epididymis to the vas deferens, and finally carried inside the abdominal cavity. One very interesting thing I want to tell you, dear children. You must have a query, isn't it? As testis is extra-abdominal, isn't it? Testis is outside the abdomen. Then how it reaches to the abdomen, and how it reaches inside the abdomen, isn't it? There is a canal. A canal-like structure is present in our body, which connects our trunk, our abdomen with the limbs, isn't it? There are also supply of nerves, supply of blood vessels to our these limbs, forelimbs, hind limbs. So there is canal structure, and this is called as inguinal hernia. This is called as inguinal canal. This canal is inguinal canal. By this, there is the duct, the vas deferens will enter inside the abdominal cavity. Clear? Now, we must see the structure of the sperm, which is also very, very important one. As the sperm develops, it forms. Just you see the structure of a sperm. The sperm contains a head-like structure, a constriction that is treated as neck. This is neck, this is head-like structure, and the neck further continue in the form of a middle piece. This is treated as middle piece, and there are centrioles also. Presence of centrioles are inside this middle piece, and one of the centriole continue as with the flagella. It contains a locomotory organelle which is treated as flagella. Flagella, or you may say flagellum, is present in the sperm. This sperm is containing nucleus having chromosome. This is the chromosome. Nucleus is present, and very least there is no need of more cytoplasm. Very least cytoplasm is present in the sperm. And besides this structure, at the top of this sperm there is cavity. A cavity-like structure is present, which is filled with an enzyme. This cavity is known as acrosome. This is acrosome, and this is filled with an enzyme. Hydrolytic enzyme is there, and which is the name of enzyme is hyaluronidase. It is very important enzyme. This is present inside this acrosome. Okay, so this is the structure of sperm, and this sperm is containing, or middle piece is containing, number of mitochondria. Mitochondria are present in this middle piece. Number of mitochondria is present in this middle piece like structure. Okay. Why there is mitochondria? There are mitochondria. Number of mitochondria are present. You all know mitochondria is known as powerhouse of the cell. It will provide power in terms of energy. So it will provide mobility to the motility to the mobility to this sperm. With the help of flagellum, the sperm will move. As well as during the fertilization, when this, I will tell you it later on also. Suppose this is ovum and a sperm has to meet this ovum. It has its nucleus. It has to transfer its nucleus inside this ovum. For the transfer of this nucleus inside this ovum, mitochondria helps. They provide energy for the transfer of such nucleus to meet with the female nucleus and mobility to the sperm to move inside the vagina to reach in the uterus to the fallopian tube. So this is all about the structure of human male reproductive system as well as the structure of penis as well as the structure of testis in detail you have seen, and the structure of sperm also, gametogenesis, that is spermatogenesis, and in spermatogenesis there is spermiogenesis, that is the final stage of the maturation of spermatozoa, and after getting matured for the final shaping it get embedded in the Sertoli cell and finally shaped and released, that is treated as spermation. Dear students, please go through this. Though it is lockdown period, though it is corona period, but our learning should be up. Okay? Never get depressed or afraid by all such terms. These are very interesting ones and these are related to our lives also. We have to understand it very clearly. Let us see hormonal control on spermatogenesis. It is also very important part, dear students. As you know very well, pituitary gland in our body is master gland. You have studied in class 11th also in chemical coordination, isn't it? Pituitary gland contains its anterior part also. So anterior part of pituitary gland releases two hormones, or it is under the influence of hormone which is known as GnRH, gonadotropin releasing hormone, GnRH. Just recall yourself. And this is actually released by hypothalamus. Hypothalamus is the controlling part. As it is neural part, it is the part of brain. This hypothalamus overall has control over this pituitary gland. All these you have studied in class 11th, isn't it? Then what happened? This hypothalamus releases gonadotropin releasing hormone GnRH. This gonadotropin releasing hormone order this pituitary to release gonadal hormone which is known as LH, luteinizing hormone. This is luteinizing hormone. Or you may also call it as ICSH, interstitial cell stimulating hormone. This LH has effect on Leydig cell. You may remember it by this L. LH act on Leydig cell. Or ICSH act on interstitial cell. You may remember it. And this Leydig cell further, it will release testosterone. Androgen testosterone hormone is released by the Leydig cell or interstitial cell, and this testosterone stimulates spermatogenesis. Spermatogenesis is being regulated under the influence of, being initiated under the influence of this testosterone. When its secretion begins in the boy on the onset of puberty. When puberty occurs, do you know puberty? Puberty is the period of life when first sign of, you can say, the secondary sexual character appears, like mustache, lining of mustache, change in voice. These are the sign of secondary sexual character, isn't it? And if first sign appear, then it is treated as puberty. It is the beginning of the adolescence, pre-adolescence and adolescence phase in between, and then there is secretion of testosterone under the influence of luteinizing hormone, and this testosterone regulates spermatogenesis. Another hormone which is also secreted by this anterior part of pituitary gland is follicle stimulating hormone, FSH. It is follicle stimulating hormone. This follicle stimulating hormone acts on Sertoli cell. Sertoli cell, isn't it? And this Sertoli cell release some factor. It releases factors, and such factors have effect on spermatogenesis. That is the maturity of sperms. Final stage of maturation of sperm is spermatogenesis, and it is regulated by some factors which is released by Sertoli cell under the influence of follicle stimulating hormone. So this is about the hormonal control on the spermatogenesis in testis. This is very, very important one. Dear students, this is up to male reproductive system, and you have seen structure as well as histology, anatomy of testis too, and gametogenesis you have also seen, and you have seen the hormonal control over the spermatogenesis as well as structure of sperm. So this is about the male reproductive system of human being, and in this lesson it is up to here. Dear my students, please keep your learning up during this lockdown period. Though it is corona period, we all are suffering from so many circumstances. We have to stay safe, wear mask, keep on kala also, and please don't let your learning down. Always keep it up. I am your bio ma'am. You are my students. If you have any query, any problem related to this topic, please consult me. You can ask me on my personal WhatsApp number also, and in this given link also. Till then, bye. We will meet in the next lesson.